Welcome back, dragons. And for those that are new, welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis, and I am obviously a tarot reader. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So, we're taking a look at the earth signs. If you guys have not already, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also make sure that you visit my website, www.violettaalexis.com. I do offer personal readings, and you can also follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter, and all of that information can be found on the screen and in the description box below. So for my newcomers and how this works, I'm going to tell you the meditation that I got and the vision that I got in my meditation. And then I'm going to offer up the actual symbolism of the person, place, or thing that I found in my meditation. And then I'm going to incorporate it in the readings. This is where you get to decide how you relate to the symbolism and the person, place, or thing in my vision and or meditation. So now I obviously want to talk about the meditation. So at first I just saw a lemon. And then when I panned out, I saw a bunch of lemons. When I panned out even more, there was a willow tree that was actually producing the lemons, which is odd, right? It's like, how many willow trees do you see producing lemons? Well, none of them. So it made me feel like there was something quite unique about this willow tree. Nobody saw it. It was around a bunch of houses. There was nobody looking at it. People were doing their own thing. And I'm like, how does nobody see this willow tree creating these lemons? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this wild brown horse came and laid under the tree. It came and laid under the shade, was kind of rolling around in the grass, was enjoying the scent of the lemons. Now, I did do some research, and I have my notes on it, obviously. So lemons can represent bitterness. They can talk about needing to work on your health, turning lemons into lemonade, pregnancy, almonds of good luck in love and business. A tree with lemons can also represent financial prosperity, but falling lemons can be a sign of unhappiness. This kind of makes me wonder if this is about somebody who is ripe for the picking in a situation. Like somebody who finally needs to take something and make something out of it. So like turning lemons into lemonade is what I mean. Like somebody's ready to do something. But it also makes me feel like somebody needs to go ahead and make it happen now before they fall from the tree, so to speak. Also, with the willow trees can represent sadness, grief, birth, rebirth, resilience, and feminine energy. So the lemons, which are obviously an omen of financial abundance or just abundance and prosperity in general, falling off of the tree, this makes me feel like it is the tree that is truly special. The lemons are kind of an added bonus in some way. Nobody noticed the tree. So it makes me feel like there's somebody here who's a representation of the tree or the lemons. Somebody does not, or people do not notice the tree for what it is. They don't appreciate the uniqueness of the tree. They don't appreciate the individuality or the rarity of the tree, that this willow tree that are not supposed to produce fruit, right, is producing lemons, which is a sense of financial abundance and prosperity. I'm kind of wondering as well, with the horse noticing the tree and coming towards the tree, did the tree feel like the wild horse was only coming underneath of it just to enjoy the smell of the lemons and, use its shade, or did it really feel like the wild horse appreciated it? So this is symbolism for me for is someone using another person maybe for something, or is it being perceived incorrectly? The wild horse that I saw, a wild horse is a representation of basically living your best life. A brown wild horse can represent sexual desires. It can represent wealth, health. A horse running towards you can represent like change is coming. And watching a wild horse can mean you're not as free as you think you are, right? You want to be, but you're not as free as you think you are. So I'm wondering, with the tree watching the horse, where the horse is able to run free and do its thing and the tree is stuck in place, but it's almost like the tree needs to remember why, and that it's actually not stuck, and that there's something quite unique about it in general. I'm wondering if someone here is also about to come into some kind of like freedom or sex. Maybe there may also be someone that can help another person, or someone's going to come into your life, or maybe you are that helper in some way. This will be somebody that's very original and different, but possibly maybe with a sad streak, someone who has maybe been through a lot. There will be someone to maybe hold for you and care for you after you've been running with the wind in your hair and gracing the world with your presence, kind of thing. I would like to say intuitively, I feel like there's a person in someone's life that that person needs to be appreciative of. You know, like the horse needs to be appreciative of the tree. Do you know what I'm saying? So it can be something like that, or maybe it's someone that you haven't met yet, or they haven't met you. But I will say, I think that this person is going to help someone on their journey towards freedom, health, and wealth. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get into Taurus, then Virgo, then Capricorn. And like I said, make sure that you like the video, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. Let's get into it. Hey Taurus, welcome to your portion of the reading. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and comment if you have not already. Also, if you've not watched the meditation, make sure that you go and watch that portion. Otherwise, you may not really understand what I'm talking about when I make specific references, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot. Keep in mind that these readings are timeless. I trust that when they find you, they are meant for you. So let's see. In the center position, you have the Sun in reverse. You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Chariot in the upright. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles in the upright. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords in the upright. The Lovers in reverse. So let's see. The theme for your reading, Ace of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. My goodness. So I really feel like for some of you, you've made things a little bit harder than they need to be, or you may be making things a little bit harder than they actually need to be. There's something that you kind of lack inspiration for, and it could be whatever this is. You could be trying to use your logical mind, which I feel like is kind of debilitating you in some way, because this is what's going on currently. You may be feeling like somebody's playing the blame game, or you may be pushing blame onto somebody else. I feel like your ego is a little hurt right now for whatever reason. In the past, you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Six of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely some financial situations that went awry. I kind of feel like something, maybe if it was a relationship as well. So it just feels as though it was something that was established, something that you thought that you really wanted just simply didn't work out, and you just kept revisiting it and revisiting it. And the more that you revisited, the more you felt like crap about yourself. And so, like I said, in the present situation, you may be getting advised by somebody. Somebody could be giving you advice. The King of Swords can be somebody who like gives counsel to another person. So maybe it's financial counsel. Maybe it's, an actual counselor for some of you. In the future position, I do like the Chariot with the Seven of Pentacles because it tells me that you're pushing past some kind of fear. I see that the Chariot and the King of Swords, they're both facing each other, which kind of makes me feel like whoever this person is over here that's giving some form of advice, I feel like you're taking it if this is an external person. And then Knight of Swords in reverse, I'm not really sure what to think about that yet, and I don't want to speak on it too quickly. I just think that you're really taking your time kind of making a decision, even though you want to rush in. I feel like you're doing kind of like a double take, as it were. So let's go ahead and take a look. You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which is right up here for the past position. So Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Five of Wands, drama. Could have been like business drama, could have been relationship drama. It's simply something that did not work out. We have the Hermit here in reverse with the Six of Pentacles. For some of you, you could have definitely been giving in to some kind of paranoias, possibly, maybe around money, or you felt like you weren't really getting what you were worth in a situation. You're like, I've done so much work on myself, or maybe you felt like you needed to do that. Maybe you feel like you had to end something in order to put more into yourself before you feel like you could obtain other things. I definitely think that there was a back and forth, either in regards to a relationship, like, do I end this? Do I not? Do I let this go? Do I still want to fight for this? I feel like something was being fought for, but there was no actual like constructive energy that was being put into it. It was just all over the place. So then we have the Six of Swords in reverse. The Hierophant, well, that's you. I do think that this could be about a lover with that Lovers in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Maybe there was some kind of block communication, or maybe whatever this was that ended, maybe it had you reevaluating like your values, your morals in regards to you, because this is quite literally you. Maybe you felt like somebody was not giving you what you were worth. Maybe you were the tree, the willow tree in the meditation, where you felt like everybody just used you for your lemons. You know what I'm saying? you know? And so it may have had you kind of readjust your thinking a little bit in regards to what you will and what you won't put up with. And I think that you definitely learned a lot with the lovers there and the Eight of Wands in reverse. It definitely feels like there was another person that was kind of like blocking you from something, or there was an uncertainty when it came to some form of decision because of the constant battles or what were perceived failures. So let's take a look at that Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which is essentially you. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I think that there was something going on financially. You could have had somebody that was very obsessed with you. Could be a Capricorn, could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, could be a Cancer. This is Deacon of Cancer as well. But there's somebody that was obsessed with you, I think. Maybe even obsessed with like your financial status for some of you. But it feels like finances weren't going really well, or there was something that you couldn't really handle financially, is what it looked like. And I think that there was some revisitations on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this middle row for you. Because you have to keep in mind, like, I definitely feel, Taurus, with that tree, right? With the tree spilling the lemons, like the willow trees, they don't even grow lemons. And I feel like there's a way for you to come out of something that you don't realize that is unique to you, right? So like I've never thought I'd be a tarot reader, right? But like here I am reading pictures off of cards. Like I feel like there's something that you don't realize that is unique about you that you could utilize to gain that prosperity and financial abundance if that's what you are seeking. Then we have the King of Swords here in the present situation. So let's take a look at that King of Swords energy. The Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I think that this is somebody that is trying to get you to do something different. Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Wands. I think that there's somebody here who may be trying to advise you to look to your passions or follow your passion and raise the standard for yourself. When we're not following our heart, when we're not following our passions, we can feel quite empty. Of course, like keep your day job, you know what I'm saying? But I think that you have somebody here as well who's kind of letting you know, like, no, this is how you do it because you actually don't know how to do something. So I kind of want to say this without being offensive, but hire somebody smarter than you or talk to somebody that's smarter than you about the thing that you're trying to pursue. Okay. I think that's going to be, and maybe that's the horse and the meditation. Maybe you just need to watch and observe the horse and like kind of learn how it's done. Right. So let's take a look at that sun in reverse. So we have the sun in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I kind of feel like this is a fear. Yeah, look, Chariot in reverse and the Temperance. So this to me makes me feel as though this is a fear. It's not an actual reality because this up here is an assumption, okay? And I think that you're having somebody that's getting you out of a funk. Of course, it could be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra with that King of Swords there. It can be any sign. This is a general reading. But this is telling me that you're not feeling too optimistic about something because you're already assuming that something is going to die or something is going to fail. And if you think that way, then you're absolutely right. That's exactly where it's going to go because that's where your mindset is. And so I think that maybe you've gotten a little too comfortable in a certain situation, like even if it's the past financial situation. Maybe you've gotten too comfortable with your spending habits and they're not serving you. Maybe you've gotten too comfortable with a specific routine and that's not serving you. It's like, I kind of feel like it's time for you to break out of your comfort zone a little bit when it comes to going for something. Let's take a look at that Lovers in reverse. Tell me about that Lovers in reverse. I heard expand your horizons. Well, there's the Six of Swords in reverse again. So I kind of want to say, like, don't allow somebody to to cause you to compromise on your own values, because we already did that, right? Like we already did that. You didn't get what you want out of it. You were in this moment where you were like, you know what, I need to reconfigure my morals, my values, what it is I will and won't stand for. What do I want to possess in my life and what do I not? And who do I want to allow to possess me? Because now we got the King of Wands in reverse and the Devil in reverse, where you may be starting to realize that somebody was toxic the whole time, or somebody was, up their own ass the entire time with their ego and their arrogance or whatever it may be. And so now it's like there's this repetitive competitive decision, like you're making this decision out of fear again, or out of your ego, or out of pride, or whatever it is, where we actually need to change something. So you're getting solid advice from a person around something that you don't realize that you don't actually know, or like you don't understand, like factual. Like, I'm not saying you don't understand facts. I'm just saying there's something that you need to know that you feel like you do, but you actually don't. So I want to say, like, listen to a friend, or listen to somebody here that's trying to advise you. Let's go ahead and take a look at this last row. So we have the Chariot up here. So this is kind of reminding me of the brown horse. Let's see. Tell me about that Chariot for Taurus. The Nine of Wands. Wow. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse again. So we have these repeating cards with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So whatever it is that failed, I feel like you are going back to fight for it. Now, I'm not saying you're going back to fight for the same thing, okay? Like, what's done is done, blah, blah, blah. But maybe you're trying again, right? For instance, maybe you wrote a book and you had it published and then no one bought it. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to rewrite this and I'm going to make it the best thing ever. And you're like going back and you're going to make sure that you win this time, you know, and you're very invested in whatever it is. But the failure is the reason why you're set to win, that you are putting your mindset in a winning mindset. So I think even with this being like the theme of your reading, it's like, just get started, you know, just get started. Stop making things harder on yourself than they need to be. So let's take a look at that Seven of Pentacles. Tell me about that Seven of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. Wow. So there's progress here. I feel like you're getting out of your own way with that Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Swords. This is about just getting started and getting out of your head and getting it on paper, or, you know, getting the LLC for the business, or, you know. So it seems to me like you're very invested, and you may also be able to attract somebody who's invested in you. I think that you are a little bit of the tree. It seems like you're more of the tree, but you don't realize that what you may perceive as a weakness could actually be a strength, like when it comes to the lemons. And I think that you may feel like, because somebody else can run, right? Like the wild horse, like somebody else can run, somebody else can blah, blah, blah. It makes you feel weaker, but it's not. It's actually your strength, just like that other person has their strength or whatever. So don't do like the comparison thing. Just take what you need from each experience and utilize it to keep growing. So let's take a look at that Knight of Swords. Ooh. Wow, the King of Pentacles. All right. The Empress in reverse, the Hangman in reverse. Well, you know, I kind of feel like this is about you getting out of your own way. You know, you got to get out of your own way with something. I think that when it comes to like finances and stuff, you may be a little lost, but like I said, I think that you have somebody here to support you in some way. And even if it's not about like finances, it could be about business of some sort, or of course, it could be a relationship. Keep that in mind. But there's definitely some kind of like going with the flow energy, because I feel like you have somebody that is trying to lead you in the right direction. You know, it's kind of like, I don't want to say you're turning your brain off, but you're kind of allowing somebody to guide you in a certain way, you know, like the horse, without realizing it. So I need an advice message for Taurus. Isolation. That's very interesting. Because remember when I was talking about the tree, and it talked about how nobody noticed the tree, how it was all alone. And the only thing that really noticed it was me, obviously, it's my meditation, but the horse. And if you remember in the meditation, the tree was a little apprehensive. Does this horse, you know, is it just here for the shade and the scent of the lemons, or is it here because of me? You know, well, maybe it's all three of those things, right? But you have to remember that, like, I feel like this isolation is also about being unique and feeling like you're isolated because of that, when I don't feel like it's true. I feel like you're going to attract many more wild horses because there is something quite unique about you, but don't view it as your weakness. View it as your strength and be able to utilize it and learn from the horse, I want to say. So Taurus, thank you so much. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you comment and let me know what you think of this and how it resonated for you if it did. Also, make sure that you share the video to get more people to subscribe, and subscribe if you have not already. You can obviously book with me at www.violettaalexis.com. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I would love to have you, and enjoy the rest of your day, night, whenever you see this. Bye, Taurus. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your portion of the reading. If you have not went and watched the meditation portion of the video, make sure that you do that, because you may not understand what I'm referencing during your reading. Also, make sure that you like the video if you have not. Make sure that you also subscribe to my channel to get access to my weekly videos. And if you have not, make sure you book a personal with me at violettaalexis.com. Follow me on Instagram and also follow me on Twitter. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. Can you please show me? Also, keep in mind, guys, these readings are timeless. I trust that when they find you, they were meant for you at that time. So in the center, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. I don't hate it. Then we have the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups, the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Sacred Hearts, the World, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The theme for the reading is yes in reverse, which obviously means no, with the Three of Wands. I feel like you aren't wanting to wait on something anymore, is what that feels like. It feels like you don't want to wait on something anymore. It feels like you want to be the one to actually go after something. Please excuse my vape. The Page of Swords and the past row here. Page of Swords, the World, the King of Wands. Okay, so this is making me feel like in the past you were a little curious about something, right? You could have finished a writing project. You could have gotten the details about some kind of business that maybe you were trying to start, and you finally completed it. But it makes me feel like there was something mentally that you finally completed that made you feel more confident within yourself. Now, of course, this could represent, yes, maybe somebody was spying on you and watching you succeed at something. That could absolutely be it as well. Then in the present moment, I really like that the Sacred Heart is here, because you're being true to yourself no matter what other people think, because you really don't can care, you know? That's really all I can say about that. That's pretty much point blank, period. Your guys' readings are pretty straightforward. Then the Six of Cups in reverse, the Five of Wands, and the Seven of Cups is here. And this is in the future. So this is making me feel like some issue is being brought back up from the past, where we're fighting about it. You and another person, we're fighting about it. We don't like it. There could be some deception or some illusion going on, some rose-colored glasses. Somebody's maybe manipulating another person. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first row. Ooh, excuse me. So we have the Page of Swords right here for the very first card from the past energy, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse with the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This made me feel like you were having a really hard time kind of changing something, because you felt like you had so many responsibilities. So let's say that you wanted to pursue podcasting, but you felt like you had to work your 9 to 5 day to day, and you had a relationship and you had all these things, and you were having a really hard time pursuing that thing. This is making me feel like you decided to finally take a chance with something, and I feel like it succeeded with that World card there. And maybe you're still in the process, because remember, just because the World is a completion, it doesn't mean that that is the end all be all. There's still a beginning to be had. So tell me about that World. The Temperance, and you are good with it. This is something that's very much in harmony, something that was very much in balance. You were like, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect. Can't believe that with the Virgo, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna start. And I feel like you finished it too. Whether that's an argument, you know, it can be that with the Page of Swords, Four of Pentacles in reverse. You may have really let somebody know your mind, and you know what was on your mind, and you may have won, so to speak, right? Whatever it is. But it seems like you became very successful at it, or you succeeded at the thing, and you were happy with how it went. So let's go ahead and take a look at that King of Wands there. Something about that King of Wands. the Three of Cups. Seems like you were getting together with somebody. You may have been getting together with somebody. Maybe you had a friend. Maybe you had people that were like admiring you, is what I'm getting. I think you had somebody that was very attracted to you, somebody that was admiring you, whether from afar or otherwise. Maybe this was after you had a breakup. Maybe it was after a family issue. But I feel like you were getting creative with something. That's what that makes me feel like. So now let's go ahead and check out that middle row, which I'm really interested to see. So I want to take a look at that Sacred Heart because this is the present moment right now. The Sacred Heart with the Page of Swords again. Isn't that really interesting? A lot of you are very curious. I love that your major arcana is showing up right here with that Hermit and that Chariot. This is telling me that you know exactly who you are and you're not afraid to let people know that. I think a lot of you are going to be speaking your truth. I think that a lot of you are going to be speaking your mind and about who you authentically are, and you're only going to be doing things that are true to your heart. For some of you, you may be actually sharing some kind of content online with the Sacred Heart and that Page of Swords. Like maybe you're sharing some form of content, maybe you're writing poetry, maybe you're posting YouTube videos, maybe, you know, maybe it's something like that, or maybe you're just sharing your peace of mind, but it's coming from your heart space. And it seems like there are people that don't agree with you just because I see that Three of Pentacles in reverse here, but I don't think that you care because you're being true to yourselves. Tell me about that Four of Cups in reverse. This is actually a really good reading. The yeah, you're not dealing with it. It's like you're not dealing with it. Somebody's trying to harsh your mellow, you know, or there are past things that have been illuminated. And I feel like you're really not interested. I feel like you're really not interested and you just want to get over it. So it's showing me that maybe somebody is trying to guilt trip you, trying to make you feel bad about something, etc. And you don't want the fight. You don't want the fight. You don't want you because you feel grateful. The Four of Cups in the upright can be somebody who lacks gratitude, but you have yours in the upright. So it's like no matter what happened, you know, no matter what happened in the past, you're like, you know what, I'm really happy that I am where I am right now. So I do want to see that Three of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like you have gratitude for something, and who couldn't with a past like that, you know? Yeah, the Page of Wands. I feel like you're still going to speak your truth. Like I said, you still have something to offer. You're standing strong in your beliefs. You're standing strong with what your heart is telling you, and you're speaking your truth. That's pretty much it. This doesn't have tobacco in it. Not that I really care, but just letting you know. I just like the flavor because I'm basically like a sugar addict, and it tastes like peaches. So anyway. So yeah, you're being pretty strong. You're being pretty strong-minded, but it's coming from your heart. It's coming from your heart space. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like, you know what? It feels like you guys are the horse. It feels like you guys are the horse in the meditation. Like you guys are the wild ones. You guys are you know, basking under the shade, you know, feeling good about it, just being free, just being you, enjoying the scent of the lemons, so to speak, enjoying your life, enjoying prosperity, whatever it is, you know. Now when I did Taurus, Taurus to me in that reading was a representation of the tree, and the tree was looking at the horse as if it was using it, you know, or it didn't agree with it because it was wild and it was free and it was running around, but the tree has its own strength, right? Just as the horse does. So you may have somebody that disagrees with your way of doing things or like who you are, but like you just can't help who you are, you know, and that's it. So kind of feeling like that's what's going on. So let's take a look at that Six of Cups in reverse. The Hangman in reverse. This to me makes me feel as though there was something that was swept under the rug. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like with the Hangman in reverse, because the Hangman can represent the 12th house. So it's kind of like what's hidden, what goes on behind the scenes. I'm kind of feeling like there was something in the past that was just kind of swept up into the rug. And so in this future position, it's making me feel like it's kind of being brought up again. Okay. It's like nothing was done about the thing, right? It's like when we just want to move on from a problem, but we're not actually resolving the problem. We're just attempting to move on from the problem. So I definitely feel like something is going to be illuminated here. There is an opportunity. I feel like there is an opportunity to like make amends or to resolve the issue. But it's going to be whether or not you want to, really, at the end of the day. So I do want to see that Five of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles. Wow. The Queen of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is interesting to me because I feel like you're fighting for your independence again. This to me feels like there's somebody that like disagrees with your ways, right? Like the tree, like the lemon tree. But you're like, dude, I'm not trying to like take your lemons. I'm not trying to like, shame you for being a tree. Like, I'm just enjoying the shade, It's like maybe somebody's throwing shade on you. You know what I mean? Like, so to speak. And I'm sure that most of you know what throwing shade is. It's like when you kind of like low key throw insults, almost like a subtweet. And so I feel like you're defending yourself, but just be cautious that somebody isn't like getting you in your ego, because this can be like kind of like flighty energy, like nothing's really getting resolved. But it's about you really fighting for your independence. And I feel like you have somebody kind of testing you, or maybe spreading rumors about you, or talking shit, being in a mood. And you're just simply fighting for your individuality. You just want to relax. This is literally like this card right here is actually about enjoying your peace, like enjoying what it is that you worked so hard for. Because what comes before the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, that's where you put the hard work in. So it's like a sense of like, no, I earned this. Something about that Seven of Cups. The 10 of Wands. Wow. The 10 of Cups in reverse. The 2 of Wands in reverse. Well, this is interesting to me because it feels like, once again, you have options available to you. Like, why am I saying once again? Did I say that before? Well, maybe that meant something. But once again, you have options available to you. But you feel like you are carrying a lot in the near future. And it may be really hard to choose one. What are the options about? Where you want to put your time and your energy or your passions. Maybe you're feeling a little lost. Maybe it's about love or a sexual interest of some sort. Or like I said, maybe it's about some kind of creative endeavor or creative pursuit. So it just seems like you have a lot on your plate. But it's something maybe about a talent, gift, skill, or ability, or like a lot of people want a piece of you or something like that, but your plate's already full. So I feel like you have a lot. I feel like some of you guys have some admirers. The Two of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There could be some issues around family in the near future. Maybe there's some issues around family. Maybe you're a little cautious around family, or around like getting into a relationship, or around the relationship that you have now. But I want to say, I think that it is you that's not really waiting for permission anymore. And it's interesting because we basically have a double no, because right behind here actually is the card no, and the yes is in reverse. So, no, 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 I'm pursuing this. Nine of Cups, I'm doing what I want, what makes me feel good. So I think that you're not really worried about like, oh, do I need to impress somebody, or am I offending somebody by, frolicking around in the grass and eating these lemons or smelling these lemons? It's like, no, I'm just going to do that because that's what I'm doing. I'm a horse, right? So let's go ahead and take a look. I need an advice message for Virgo. Teamwork. Interesting. Let's see. Somebody may be like marking their territory. And it's interesting because isolation is right behind that. And that's the card that Taurus got. And I feel like Taurus was the tree a little bit. And so I'm kind of feeling like there's somebody here who's trying to mark some kind of territory. And I feel like it's going to kind of be up to you to maybe like show someone that you can be not alike and still work together, or you can be different than someone and still be appreciative of that other person, or you know what I'm saying? Or two people that bring something completely different to the table, but it can work? So I kind of want to say, like, make sure that you are, yes, you can absolutely like fight for your individuality, of course, like be who you are. But I think that you will be able to get more bees with honey than with vinegar. Okay. So thank you so much, Virgo. You were definitely the wild horse in that meditation. I can see it now. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not, so you can get access to weekly tarot videos. Make sure that you also visit my website at violettaalexis.com. Follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. And thank you guys so much. And please enjoy the rest of your night or day or whenever you see this. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your portion of the reading. If you have not, make sure that you go check out the meditation portion of the video. Otherwise, I may make references that you will have no idea what I'm talking about. So make sure you guys check that out. Also, if you want to book a personal reading with me after this reading, make sure you visit my website at www.violettalexis.com. Also, make sure that you're following me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you have not, make sure that you give a like to the video. It definitely helps the channel. Make sure that you also subscribe to the channel. That obviously helps the channel. And make sure that you share and comment. So thank you so much for being here, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and get started. Keep in mind that these are timeless readings. So I imagine that when it finds you, it was meant to. You have the Hangman for the center. Okay, so that's not bad. You have the Page of Swords. Virgo got that in the same place. You have the Death card. Wow, okay. You have the Two of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Wands all in the upright. And now we got, of course, now we got a reverse. Then we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Emperor in reverse. We have the High Priestess. Wow, look at that. The Hangman and the High Priestess right next to each other. I really like that. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. The World in reverse and the Fool in reverse tells me that maybe you're a little apprehensive on around some unfinished business or something you're needing to accomplish. Maybe you just have a lot on your plate or something like that with that 10 of Wands, and you keep trying to finish something out or close something out, but you're having a hard time. We have this past row right here with the Page of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. So this is kind of making me feel like you are trying to figure out how to grasp control over something. But I want to say be cautious because you may be a little like too overbearing or too controlling of your situation. It seems like you're handling things okay, or you handled things like this is your past position. So you handled things okay when it came to maybe your finances or your practical things in life. Now, of course, if this Emperor in reverse is not you, it could have been somebody that was very controlling towards you, that was spying on you, that felt like they needed to micromanage like every little thing that you did as well. So keep that in mind. Now we have the Hierophant in reverse, the Hangman, and the Queen of Cups in the present moment. So this is making me feel like, there's an issue when it comes to morals, values, or some kind of commitment. This is kind of making me wonder if this is love just because I see that Queen of Cups there. There's something that's definitely going on where you're gaining a new perspective around these matters. So around your creative expression, maybe, or around love, how you express it, how you accept it, and what does not really align with you. Then we have the Death card and the Future row with the High Priestess and the Seven of Wands. So I love this energy. The Death is all about change, transformation. We're ending things that are no longer serving us and we're starting brand new. We're listening to our intuition. The High Priestess is also very sexy and very desirable. So I feel like a lot of you guys are very sexy and very desirable here in the future. And this is all after you gain some kind of perspective on something. I feel like you are growing in some way, like you are evolving in some way. And with that Seven of Wands, you're definitely like standing up to the competition, like you're winning against some kind of competition, or at least you have the ability to face these challenges. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. So we do have the Page of Swords in the past position, which I'm going to take a look at. Let me tell you about the Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords with the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Five of Swords and the Magician at the bottom of the deck. Well, I feel like you were looking at somebody and you were realizing, yeah, I can't be vulnerable with you, or I don't want to offer you something that I feel like you're just going to try to control or shit on, excuse my language. Somebody that was maybe mocking you is what I heard, or somebody that was a little bit of a trickster, somebody that wanted to win at all costs. And I feel like you saw right through this person and you definitely had your eye on them. So then we have the Emperor in reverse, which is I feel like kind of the villain of the story here. Yeah, King of Pentacles in reverse. You definitely didn't trust somebody. Seven of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. There may have been a person who was like talking crap about you, or maybe like you heard some rumors, or you were realizing that this person and the information that they gave you was actually false. It looks like this is somebody who was maybe trying to control your finances, or control you in a way where they could use you for status or finances. So there was somebody here who you were very on game with how they were trying to fuck you over, even if it was a boss, whatever it was. And this could be someone who ended up like confessing something, or they acted like they told you a real truth and it really wasn't the truth. It's something along those lines. So then we have the Two of Pentacles here. So this is all about practical decision making, handling the day to day, etc. The High Priestess in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. Well, this could definitely be like you realizing, oh my God, I just need to take care of my stuff. I should have listened to my intuition in the beginning and made this decision a long time ago to leave this friendship, leave this job, leave this relationship, whatever it is. And you're realizing that it was just a waste of time and, a waste of investment, if you will, because there was like too much drama or third parties happening. And third parties don't always have to be people. Keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and take a look at the middle row, which is obviously the present section. So we have the Hierophant in reverse. Something about the Hierophant in reverse. The Queen of Swords in reverse. I think that there's something that has really pissed you off, something that you're not trying to relive or trying to revisit. It just seems like you are gaining more of like an intuitive perspective or a more well-rounded perspective around something. You may be realizing that you have to sacrifice something if you want peace in your life. You may have to give up on something if you want peace in your life. There's something that has been very triggering for you in regards to morals, values, in regards to the things that you're needing to prioritize. This is both Venus energy as well, which I find kind of interesting. So maybe you have Taurus or Libra placements, or maybe you're dealing with those signs. But regardless, there's something that you're just not in the present moment. Maybe you're not really making a decision on something yet because maybe there's an uncertainty. I definitely feel like you're not wanting a revisitation of something that really hurt you in the past. But there is something that's triggering you a little bit. There may be a difference in like spiritual or religious beliefs between you and another person. Or this could be something that you're not really certain of, like you feel like you're not well informed about it, so you're kind of taking a step back for a second and you're trying to see it from a different angle, which is healthy. I want to take a look at that Hangman energy. What are we looking at here? What is this? The Two of Cups. Yeah, it could be about love. The Empress, the Hierophant, and the upright. Look at that. Double Taurus again and Libra. So, wow, this is very interesting. This is making me feel like it's about love. This is making me feel like it's about love. It definitely could be. It doesn't have to be, but it definitely could be. But it's also around like you deeply understanding yourself and what you need to feel nurtured and what you need to feel comfortable. I feel like this is about you, and this is about what you bring to the table, and how you've grown and what you've produced from these experiences in your life. I kind of feel like you guys are the lemons. I feel like you guys are the lemons in my meditation. That's what it feels like. Like you guys are kind of the ripe fruit, And you may felt like somebody was picking too much of you, like picking a little bit too much of you for the wrong reasons or what have you. Cuz you have to remember, like, the Empress is very abundant. She's very fruitful, she creates, she creates the lemon in a way. I feel like you are kind of the creation, as it were, if that makes sense. Like there's something very beautiful about that, like how you've blossomed into something. And you're understanding yourself and love and the decisions that you need to make in order to feel nurtured and well cared for, right? If we're not watering the tree, the fruit can't grow. But I feel like you also maybe grew from circumstances that were not average or normal, right? Because if you listen to the meditation, the lemons are growing off of a willow tree. How is that possible? How is it possible that these lemons are coming out and looking absolutely stunning, in my meditation? And so I feel like you've risen from your circumstances in some kind of way, and you're kind of like realizing, no, like from where I've come from and what I've had to deal with, and how many falls and spills I've taken, I deserve to have somebody that is going to love me whether I'm ripe or, falling and rolling all over the grass and moldy as fuck, right? It's like whether it's love or not. Let's take a look at that Queen of Cups. The Ten of Wands in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Well, I think that you're at this point now where you're kind of like realizing you have to choose yourself a lot in situations, especially with the Seven of Swords in reverse, because the Seven of Swords in the upright can represent like, I'm doing this for everybody else. I have to do this for us. Where the Seven of Swords in reverse can be like, no, I need to do it for me because I think that you don't want a cycle to repeat. Now, for some of you, you're definitely in love with somebody, okay? For others of you, there's some kind of creative expression that you are feeling, okay? Maybe you write poetry, I don't know. Maybe you want to write a book, I don't know. But I think that you guys have a lot of love to give. I just want to say, like, don't make it harder on yourself. I don't know why I feel the need to say that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the future. So you have the death card here. Tell me about that death card. The Page of Swords in reverse. Wow. Okay. The Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Swords in reverse. Wow. Okay. So this is interesting because it's making me feel like um if you have been in this mindset of like where you've had like anxiety or stress, or you got in your own head and assumptions kind of messed with you, etc., that's done. You seem to be changing that. You seem to be evolving in some way. You know what you need. You know what you need to feel nourished. You understand that you're unique, especially considering your circumstances and whatever that means for you on a personal level. And I think that you're realizing what you want, and the reason why is because you kind of hung back and you gained a new perspective on something, right? It's like if you guys are the lemon and you grew from a tree that isn't even supposed to grow fruit, it's like, what does that say about you? You know, like, how did you do that? And I think that the perspective is different from when you're on the tree, from when you've fallen from the tree and you're on the ground and you're looking up, right? So I feel like you guys are well rounded in like the experience of that perspective. Because that's where you guys are right now, in a perspective, gaining perspective. And so I think that you guys have had a lot of like highs and lows, and you're trying to figure out how to evolve from that where you can have like a steady balance. You know, how do I get the thing that I want? And I think that you guys are the thing that someone wants, you know? Like, you don't go to a fruit tree to pick the tree. You go to the fruit tree to pick the fruit. You know what I mean? So, and it also represents abundance. Lemons can represent abundance. And there's the Ten of Pentacles, which is like everything you've ever wanted. So it's making me feel like you, because your perspective is changing, your mindset is changing, your mindset is shifting. And it's because you want everything, you know? Let's take a look at that High Priestess. What did I just say? Balance. I told you. It's like you want a more balanced perspective, and you're listening to yourself, you know? You're really listening to yourself. There's that balance that I was just talking about. I kind of want to say you guys should be proud of yourselves, like for how far you've come in life. I really feel like somebody needs to hear that. You are making decisions based around your own internal gut feelings, not anybody else's. And I think that in the near future, there's going to be somebody here who is telling you what you want to hear. Because if you look, right, we have that Hierophant in reverse. You know that something is off with someone or something. You know that something's off. Even if it's a friend, I don't know. Like something's off. Something isn't aligning, and like it's triggering you in some way, right? Maybe it's triggering another person. But now, because you're like standing your ground with something or standing with your perspective, I feel like somebody wants the fruit. Like somebody is willing to say whatever, to tell you whatever you want to hear in order to get that lemon, you know, to pick that lemon. And I also want to say this, be cautious of somebody trying to bring you down so that way you can feel less valuable. Like, oh, look, you know, if you're a lemon that like fell from the tree, right? Oh, you're just on the floor. Like, nobody's going to want you. Like, bitch, shut up. Like, I'll grow again, right? It's like, I have an abundance of this shit. So be cautious of that. Now you have the Seven of Wands here. Damn. There's something that you're working on that's going to get you out of a crappy financial situation, or you are resolving some kind of problem in your life through this hard work, and your standards are raising. And with that Seven of Wands and the Empress, this is making me feel like, I don't want to say you're the Empress. I feel like you're what's in the Empress's belly. Does that make sense? Because the Empress is like the pregnant woman, right? She's like about to birth something beautiful. And it's going to be through this. Like there's some kind of competition, right? Or like people want, the Seven of Wands is about people that want something that's not theirs, right? They want what they can't have. And I feel like people are coming to like pick you off of the tree. Like they want that, right? Because what's lemons? It's abundance, it's prosperity. And like you are that, but it's your circumstances that have made you that way. Like because you've done something with them. So I feel like the Empress is the tree, so to speak, right? And I feel like that tree is your experience or your struggle or your strength, and like you grew from that, which you never should have, because willow trees don't grow lemons, you know? And you're about to, because the death card also represents birth, right? Rebirth and birth. And I don't think people realize who you are, but I feel like they're going to find out, and you're about to succeed at something. But it's almost like there's a hesitation because it's like not quite ripe for the picking yet, but you're about to be there. And then something's going to happen where like you win, or like some kind of competition, or be careful of pregnancy for some of you, because lemons can also represent that. But if you want that, that's great. I need advice for Capricorn. Wow. Sacred space. Look, that reminds me of the lemons. This really reminds me of the lemons. And there's warning at the bottom. So like I said, I feel like people want the fruit, you know? Blessed be the motherfucking fruit, honey. You know, I feel like people want the fruit, and I feel like you have to protect that, because I feel like you are the fruit. You know, it's like, imagine that, somebody's like, oh my God, dude, like this willow tree is growing these lemons, these gorgeous lemons, and they're falling. And like, ain't nobody gonna believe that, right? No, willow trees don't grow lemons, bitch, right? But then it's like, once those lemons start growing, everybody's gonna want a lemon. Right? I feel like that's your warning. And I feel like you need to protect that. Like you. Okay. So you're a rarity, Capricorn. I absolutely love you guys. I hope you enjoy this reading. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the video. It definitely supports my work. And also make sure that you visit www.violettaalexis.com, so that way you can book a personal reading with me. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram and Twitter if you have not. Thank you so much, Capricorn, and many blessings to you and yours. Bye.